Our next storyteller is a guest of ours who we are honored to have with us, Mr. Gerald Donaldson.
Good evening.
Hello, thank you. We're so glad that you're here.
Well, thank you.
Mr. Donaldson, we are so glad to have you. Mr. Donaldson is not a member of African American Writers Alliance, but he is a community elder and a beloved educator. He's a family specialist at Seattle Public Schools, and for more than 26 years has been known as Mr. D by thousands of young children who are now adults who have their children in school and sometimes even their grandchildren. So having seen Mr. D in action, I've seen him with, his earpiece in and his papers and legs, children around him and helping families. And, personally, Mr. D, know that there's so much love for you, and anytime that your name is mentioned in any room I'm in, it is always so much love. And so thank you so much for showing up all the time, every day, in your work capacity, in your loving capacity. For so many, you are an example, and we're grateful for you. So glad to hear about your storytelling of nature in the outdoors, Mr. Gerald Donaldson.
Thank you, sister. I appreciate your words. And to the queens, them poems were fantastic. And it just, as you were talking, it brought back, I could feel being out in nature. So my wife and I purchased our first motorhome in 1995. And it was really just to get our babies out of the house and out of the neighborhood and just get back to nature, get back and get, like the poem said, get out into the nature, the trees, the activity, some freedom, space, air, and the nice trips. And as we progressed in our motorhome, we bought the second one in 2003. And then we started making long trips. We took it cross country, went to Niagara Falls, down to California, Texas, and seeing different national monuments like, the Carlsbad Caverns, Niagara Falls, the Badlands, stuff like that. So when we were traveling, though, a lot of times our son and his friends, we took a lot of our neighborhood friends, his friends with them, would always say, "Oh man, I'm so tired of riding." And when they get there, they don't enjoy it. But as they got older and they kind of grew out of that, they still would meet once or twice a year and talk about that activity. And so I think that experience really helped them in understanding the importance of nature. And I think that's what they got out of it. So I know they enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. And then currently, we just bought our recent motorhome in 2019. And we still experience the road, but it's just my wife and I, and sometimes one of our friends would go. But now, this past year, we joined an organization called NARVA, the National Association for African American RVers. And to see, and currently we are in Gillette, Wyoming, and to see over 200 RVs with all these beautiful Black folks down here is really eye-opening. And it's a beautiful sight to see. We have a lot of activities we're doing. We're still traveling, seeing different sites, but just the thought that, and NARVA's been around since 1994, and they have these national rallies in different cities. So we get a lot of different history as we travel. But again, just seeing the camaraderie and the Black faces and just the love and the joy just being out in nature. It's beautiful here. We had a thunderstorm and rainstorm earlier today, but that didn't deter any of the fun. There has been street dances at night, gatherings like that. So it's been a really good experience. So I would really suggest you want to know more about NARVA. You can Google their site and it'll give you the complete history of how long it's been around, the founder, and why they started the club. So it's something I wish everybody could experience. And if you have any questions, again, go to that website. But I know y'all will enjoy getting out in the open air and enjoying RVing.